This is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devil Sunday. This is Devils After Dark. Coming to you live from American Whiskey, 51 Edison Place, across the street from Prudential Center, next to Championship Plaza. I'm your host, Sam Woo, here with Scotty of Sirius XM, Liquid Metal from his Beverly Hills Michael J. Fox studios in that sunny, warm climate of his.
Yeah, it's actually a little overcast, a little chilly today. You know, it's about 75.
Oh, okay. All right. You know.
No, just kidding.
Yeah.
I heard you guys got the little snow shower over there, a little snowstorm coming through, huh?
Oh, absolutely. Matter of fact, I think they got it wrong. I'm like, yeah, that's not 2 inches. That looks like 6 to 7 inches where I was.
Yeah, I know my
down.
parents. Yeah, my parents, my sister, some of my friends sent me. I'm like, that looks like a little more than the couple 1 to 2 inches that they were saying. My family and the friends of mine who sent me pictures definitely look like they got a little bit more than that.
Yeah, but I credit the New Jersey Devils fans for showing up today because the ride coming in, I took 78 east, and the more east you were going, the storm was still going on. And it was actually pretty slippery, and plus you've got.
Well, it's a good thing someone showed up today.
Yeah,
because the team didn't for quite some time. So they looked like they were a little late arriving to the game. So good on you, Sam Woo, for being on time.
Yeah. Well, I was on time. American Whiskey was on time. The fans came in here on time, so I was pretty impressed. It was nasty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it seems everyone decided to show up, except for the team. Womp. 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 So we had all those nice, good feelings yesterday, and we're right back to square one. Again, some positives to come out of this game, and we're going to talk about it right now. Thank you, Sam Woo, the man of the hour, the tower of power, too sweet to be sour, Sam by God Woo. We're going to hear more from him because he was once again down in the famed Jonas Brothers section of The Rock. Sam was front row. So we're going to get some insight from him. And of course, we're going to hear from you, Wimpy, Selecta, Pollock, Robert, Isaacson, Dubs, Anthony, Eddie. Who else we got going on? Steve Tartas. Yeah, it's man, this is a tough one to get through here today. The Devils are at home once again. Afternoon game, back-to-back, facing once again a Western Conference team who, it's essentially 9:30 a.m. start time for them. So can the Devils take advantages? And a team that obviously is missing one very big key player, one Quinn Hughes, who is now officially a Minnesota Wild. It sounds so weird. Yeah, I'm a Wild. Yeah. I'm a Devil. I'm a Canuck. I'm a Maple Leaf. I'm a Star. I'm a Wild. But whatever. We all know where Quinn wants to end up in the long run. So either way, the Canucks come in, not doing so good on the year. Jacob Markstrom is back in net. Now, we saw some improvement from Markey. Will that continue? We shall see. Big snow day there in New Jersey. So, yeah, thank you to all the fans for showing up. I know that 12:30 start time probably didn't do anyone any favors whatsoever. But good on everyone who showed up at the Rock and American Whiskey today, helping out, getting ready for some Devils action. So are the Devils going to show up? That was the big question. Yesterday was such a good feeling, albeit playing a team that Again, like we said, it's like a 9:30 a.m. start for them. They're hitting Anaheim's hitting a little rough patch, but they're still a dangerous, good team, and they're going to be for upcoming years. They are built pretty well over there. So are the Devils going to be able to take advantage of that? No, of course not. Because one, Dougie Hamilton takes a slash, and guess what? Devils go to the penalty kill where they have not been good. The second goal is you can't really help almost, but either way, DeBrusk gets his ninth goal of the year. 101 into the game. Where have we heard this before? Oh, did Scary Terry just get into the end zone over here? See, the only thing about I love that football comes on at 10 a.m., but I actually want to watch this Giants game, and I can't find it's like only on Red Zone. Wow. Boy, Giant Stadium is packed today, I see. Whoo. Either way, sorry. Fantasy playoffs, you know how it goes. But Dougie's in the box for a slash. And I mean, this is just bad defense over here. Brendan Dillon left DeBrusk right behind him. Luke looked like he was on quicksand on the other side of the ice. Gates just kind of cemented. He's trying to just handcuffed. But I mean, DeBrusk was completely behind Dillon. Markey made the first save, but as we've seen, he left a big, fat, juicy rebound out there. And that was it. Back of the net. Here we go again. I mean, it was not a good feeling to start this game. I believe that was also, it was either Vancouver's first or second shot. It was 101 into the game. This is what we talk about with this team. The consistency, the quote-unquote 60-minute effort. Again, the first period today, they just did not show up. And they didn't show up for large parts of the third period either when they desperately needed it. After that, Stefan Nason took a bad boarding call. Like, don't want to see that. That could have been really bad. Because whoever the hell he hit there, I mean, it was right by the bench. So they could have face planted like right into the side of those boards there where the glass should be, but isn't because it's at the bench. It's really lucky he only got a 2-minute call there. Like it really could have been bad. Don't want to see hits like that. And what do you know? At 6:48 of the first period, the Canucks score on an own goal by Brendan Dillon. So this one, let me tell you, it was a hell of a tip. Woo! That puck went top shelf. Kind of just walked right underneath it onto the crossbar. I mean, it was a beaut, Clark. It's a beaut. Remember when Clark lights up the house in Christmas Vacation? Unfortunately, it was for the wrong team. Wrong team. That's our goal. We want to get it into past Demko. Tough one. But hell of a tip. What a redirection. By Brendan Dillon for the Vancouver Canucks. So it's 2-0 there, and it's not even 10 minutes into the first period. Awesome. Okay. Your luck starts to turn around. You get a couple penalties. You get a 5-on-3. And what do? But just pass it around the perimeter the entire time. You're on a 5-on-3 until like the final 10 seconds of it. What is that? Attack! You're 5-on-3. I don't know. I didn't get the MSG broadcast because this game was also broadcast on NHL Network. they weren't just simulcasting, they were actually broadcasting it. So it was EJ Radick and Kevin Weeks, and he was saying the same thing. He's like, I don't know what they're doing. Because they were literally just, he's like, you got to start peppering the net. You're going to have you're going to have people outnumbered there. And then your defense can collapse in, and then boom, there you might be able to get that big blast shot. Didn't matter. Devils couldn't hit the side of the barn today. They missed almost 20 shots. I wrote it down here, but they said it at the third period because Kevin Weeks was actually saying it. At that point in the third period, they had 18 missed shots. And that was before that little final sequence there where Dougie missed the net twice. Either way, 5-on-3, bad. Going to the second period. Luke, there we go. Stop chanting $9 million at this poor kid. He's going to be just fine. Let him go. He's the only one he's been doing anything these last 2 games. And we got to hope that he's not hurt now. Because if you saw, he took a slash late in the game, like a weird freak thing where his hand, sorry, I've got my hand out. And the stick came up and whack, hit his thumb like on the inside. Such a weird play. Like the Vancouver Canucks player, the stick like rode up Luke's stick and just like bent his thumb back. Ugh. What the hell else can happen injury-wise here? But Luke, man, gets the Devils on the board. Thanks, sweet Ozzy. Something finally happened. We get a goal, his third of the year, at 4:02 of the second period to say, hey, look it, we woke up and now we're finally playing in an NHL game. And this was a terrific, terrific play. You got Dawson Mercer kind of leading the team into the zone here. So he gets a little deep, okay? And then you got Jesper Bratt trailing. And Dawson Mercer kind of does like a little Scooby-Doo fast stop. And then turns to the outside, okay? Not to the goal. All right, he turns to the boards. And he gets a nice backhand pass to the trailing Jesper Bratt, who hesitates for just that split second, just that beat, okay, to throw the defense off. And he recognizes that on this play, 2 Vancouver Canucks were tied up behind the goal. So they're almost out of it right now. Because they got the puck in front of the net. So Jesper Bratt then just hesitates for that beat and then does a nice touch backhand pass as well. Straight to Luke Hughes, who lets the bomb go. All right. And he goes top shelf, a far side over the shoulder. And it was Luke Glendening. Luke Glendening did the, in the movies where they do the jump scare where someone's like, rah! That was Luke. That's what Luke looked like doing this screen in front of the play. Oh, did Jackson Dart throw a big pass? Johnson, yes. Sorry, I get double points for that. I went Jackson Dart today, baby. First week of the fantasy playoffs. But either way, Glendening, the jump scare screen of the year in the NHL. Watch the replay. Nice work, sir. You deserve some sort of horror movie award. If there was like a hockey horror movie. There have been hockey horror movies, obviously. I mean, you could kind of throw Jason's at a campsite in New Jersey, but still wearing a hockey mask. Either way. Hell of a screen there by one Luke Glendening. Yeah. Luke's someone I think we need to talk about as well. So, okay, good feeling there. The Devils play a good second period. What did they have? 13 shots on goal in the second period. Okay. Third period comes along. Back out again. Canucks just basically play prevent defense the entire period. They had one shot on goal in the third period. And I wrote it down when it happened here. It happened just before the 15-minute mark. The Canucks got a shot on goal. And you know what it was? It was a dump in from the blue line so they could do a line change. It just went in on Markstrom. They went into complete prevent defense, and they shut the Devils down for the third period. 8 shots on goal for the Devils in the third period when they needed it the most. 8 shots on goal. And at the end of the game, you get a sequence where Dougie Hamilton misses the net by about 5 feet when they actually do get in front of the net and create a little chaos and open up a lane. Dougie misses it by 5 feet. Then Jesper Bratt tries to set up Nico. That's a tough one. Nico's trying for a one-timer. It's a little bit of an off-balance play. Can't really get too much on that. Okay? Puck bouncing, get it. But right after that, Jesper Bratt, you've got Nico again at the side of the net. You know, the puck eventually comes back around because the Devils, surprise, surprise, are 6-5. We're back to the Lindy years again, where every game ends with the Devils 6-5. So you got Nico Hischier right at the side of the net, okay? Kind of playing it there, waiting for that rebound. We see all these rebounds against the Devils goaltenders. The Devils, for some reason, just shoot it right into the crest all the time of the opposing goaltenders, and we're not getting those big rebound opportunities. So this time, you got Nico set up there. You got a little chaos going on the other side. And Thatcher Demko, who's playing a good game, doesn't have his stick. You would think maybe keep it near the ice a little bit more. Right into his chest. And then, after that, Dougie Hamilton misses the net again on his next opportunity. Devils lose 2-1. 8 shots on goal in that third period when they needed it the most again. 5-13. Again, played a hell of a second period. First and third, not there. Vancouver had 1 shot on goal, and like I said, it was during that line change. It was a dump-in shot from the blue line. This one's not on Jacob Markstrom. The first goal, you're like, oh, come on. Really? That was more on the defense. It was a power play goal. And I don't know what the miscommunication was, but Brendan Dillon was going out. And Luke was left to cover too. I mean, Luke was on his side. He was where he was supposed to be. You can't put that on Markstrom. The second one goes off of Dillon's stick and up and woo across the, underneath the crossbar and in. You can't put that on Jacob Markstrom. Jacob Markstrom played a lot better today. Defense and offense really just took the first and second and third period off. I wasn't on Markey today. But a disappointing loss again before they go out on the road. Oof. Not good. And just, I know this team is reeling from injuries and everything else, but the effort, I see it when I see someone like Angus, don't call me young Crookshank, Perrant. But there's some guy, I don't know. We got to talk about this. Let's get Sam Woo back in here. Let's get you back in here. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X. because I'm thinking there needs to maybe start being some very expensive holy scratches happening on this team. I hear a Sam Woo. Oh, there he is. Okay.
Sorry,
there
Scott.
he is.
Sorry, Scotty.
That's okay, Sam. We know. It's okay.
I'm just breaking down.
You're up
right
there.
now.
You're up there. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
I'm simultaneous because we got a 9 p.m. Sunday edition of the Let's Go Devils podcast.
Sam is a multitasker.
Yeah.
So glad. See, this is a good thing. This shows you, a good thing here, Sam Woo. And so for all the listeners out there, while you're working, just put the old podcast on in the background.
That's exactly what I did.
And we can keep you company. Exactly. That's what this show is for. So if you're at work, you're doing some stuff, who knows? Everyone's got those monotonous tasks that they have to do at their job. I have them. Sam has. We all do.
Yep.
Where it's like, ugh. I always tell I'm like, put on the radio, put on a podcast, put on something. I'm like, I like to put on the Mets game. Oh, where you going? Where you get back here? Where you going?
I left my phone on the other side of the bar. So be right back.
Well, now the truth comes out. Someone was pulling up for a round of shots over there, I think. Left my phone and my credit card with the bartender. Huh. Isn't that something? All right, guys. So I'm just gonna. Robert, the penalties. Stop taking penalties. Exactly. Mark Schwab, Dougie is immobile. Both those shots at the end of the game, he missed by a mile. And the last one, I forgot to mention that, it hit off the glass and then went out of the zone. Come friggin' on. Are you kidding me? Sam Woo, I'm at this point though where you need to, they're doing more harm. I'm sorry, but I feel like these guys, the Palots, I love that Glenn Denning did his thing today, but it's one game out of the, I get it. He's got a lot of good faceoffs, but the team's not getting into those areas anymore because they can't score. They can't win scoring one goal a game. And these guys are not performing. Brendan Dillon looks gassed already. He looks gassed. He's had to play so many minutes. He looks like he did last February when we were like, man, this dude is starting to tire down in the second half of the season.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not
good. He looks gassed. No, it's not. I get it that Palat is $6 million, but what is he bringing to the table at this point? You were texting me about it, and I was thinking the exact same thing. I see more life at a Crookshank than some of these guys because I know it's his shot, and Perrant too. Perrant was showing some speed out there, but I don't know. Am I wrong in thinking that? Am I having that? Like we talked about, that overreaction that fans like to do. But I think we've given this enough time. These guys are not performing.
We're more than generous with our time.
Okay, thank you. Glad. Okay, yeah. I want to hear that because I'm like, am I just being an irrational fan right now?
Oh no, I thought you were generous after that Flyers game down in Philly. I thought you're like, calm down, and I'm like, Scotty, this is not good.
Yeah. Oh, great point, Dubs, as well. Vancouver literally just traded their captain and they won a game.
Well, yeah. I mean, the new guys that came, one of them scored, right?
Yeah.
Today, they're trying to make a first good impression. The Canucks winning 2-1. The Devils, second period was much better. Third period, I didn't think it was that bad, but they're not capitalizing on their chances. They're not finishing. And, this is a team that's, struggling and decimated with all these injuries that has happened in the past 2 months, that the narrative has changed about the New Jersey Devils. And I expected them to, come out like they did on Saturday, come out strong, and they're already down 2-0. I mean, Mrs. Woo texted me, and she's like, I went out to shovel for 8 minutes, and I come back. It's down 2-0. And I'm like, oh, well, at least I don't have to shovel the driveway. But, you're always coming back from behind. It gets old after a while, and, the Devils don't have that magic right now to be making these comebacks like they did earlier in the season.
They don't. And yes, Mark and Selecta are here talking about it too. And Dub saying this, Corey Schneider said this was worse than the Tampa loss. Yeah, I mean, but Dubs, Mark, Selecta, all here. Sam Woo, you were there. I don't remember which side. Now, Sam Woo was in the very, very nice seats, we will say. But actually, I think this was at your end of the ice. We know sometimes when you get that close, Sam Woo level of up on the glass right there, front row status, okay, seen in the music video that used to play on MTV when they played videos 20 years ago. Sometimes you can't see as well down the end, but I think you were at the end when the 5-on-3 was happening. Is that correct?
The 5-on-3, was that in the first period or second period?
That was in the first period.
First period. I was actually having a meal at that time, so I actually wasn't down there.
What happened to the pocket burrito? I thought you always had a burrito in your pocket just in case.
No, I was whining and dining at American Whiskey like I normally do after Game Day Live. Frank's like, eat, typical Italian. No, you don't go to the game till you eat. Just eat. I was like, all right, Frank. Ordered the wings, the salad.
Well, here's the deal. If you missed it, Sam Woo, if anyone out there else was missing it,
I watched it on TV. If you wanted to.
Well, no. Okay. Oh, perfect. What in the hell is going on there? Why would you just continually for that 5-on-3 was pretty lengthy. Literally for 30 to 40 seconds, they just circled the puck around and did nothing. And Vancouver was like, cool.
Yeah.
Go ahead, have fun. Waste of time on the 5-on-3.
There were a couple sequences, even in the second period, where it's like you're not wearing out Vancouver when all they're doing is just standing there. They weren't even skating when they were passing around the perimeter at all. They're barely exerting energy. You got to have movement up front in front of Demko. You've got to drive him crazy. They're just it's like a house. You got two guys on the end line, the goal line, and then you have two on the point, and then one quarterbacking. It's just like it's like a 1-2-2, and it's like, well, you can pass it all day long. You're just burning time, especially on a 5-on-3. I didn't understand it either. And it goes back to I feel like a broken record here. Take the shot. The goalie is seeing everything that's coming his way. I don't care. If you shoot the puck a split second faster, it makes a big difference. It doesn't matter if you have a perfect shot or not. It's going to catch the goalie off guard, which means your offense has unpredictability, and there are better chances to get that rebound and put it home. And that's what happened yesterday against the Ducks. I mean, they were just bam, bam, bam. Just put it on net. It doesn't matter. Stop looking for the perfect play. It's driving me nuts because the more there's a saying, and I live by this quote, Scotty, in my professional life, in my personal life, and perfectionism will make you broke. They did not score on a 5-on-3 when they had them on the ropes. The really, regained that momentum. And that's extremely disappointing because this is a bad Vancouver Canucks team that just got new players. Heck, I get it that the Devils have lost these players, to injury, but these Vancouver Canucks that are coming from Minnesota only knew their teammates less than 48 hours, and they're schooling you. That's pathetic. It's pathetic. You know why? Because they're just basically playing basic hockey, not trying too hard. I mean, the third period, they were just trying to run out the clock,
Yep.
And they were successful because the Devils were looking for that perfect moment. And then when Dougie Hamilton, again, Dougie, just don't even, if I was going to tell Dougie, don't even aim. Just shoot it at this point because when you're aiming, it's going 10 feet wide at this point. Just shoot it. Just shoot it. Don't even spend time to set up and shoot it. Just shoot it. And hopefully there's a rebound or there's a bad bounce or you get a little puck luck, because again, those split seconds matter, and it's absolutely frustrating.
You know what else kind of sucks too, Sam Woo, is I was actually expecting this. I really was. I knew yesterday was just going to be yesterday.
I kind of knew. I kind of knew about it too, but I was hoping that they would get a little bit of more offense. I predicted 6-4, but I did predict in Game Day Live that Markstrom will give up the first two in the game within the first 5 minutes, and that's exactly what he did. But to be honest with you, he didn't get any help either. So I wouldn't. No, he completely.
Didn't. We just totally talked about it. This game was not the goaltending for the Devils. Yeah. It was not the goal.
No.
Markstrom has struggled this year at times, but today, like I said, both of them were power play goals. The second one is a freak tip. You cannot put that on Markstrom. And the first one, we broke it down. Literally, DeBrusk was behind Brendan Dillon already.
Yeah.
He was pushing out, and the puck was going right by him. And then, DeBrusk was well, cool. I'm one-on-one right here in front of the goaltender. And we said Luke was on the other side. He was in position. He was on his man. But then he got the old cement skates where he's like, I'm covering. Where am I supposed to go?
Yep.
Like I said as well, Brendan Dillon cannot be logging all these minutes. He can't. He's logging way too many minutes. Not only we talk about Brett Pesce. Kovacevic used to eat up a lot of this time.
Yep.
And this team is really missing him as well.
Yep. Dubs is it's leadership, Sam. I know people kill me for questioning Nico Hischier, but you have to call him out again. Where was this guy today? The team wasn't ready. It's on. Look, I'm going to say something, Scotty. This is just opinion. I'm not criticizing those. I think the earliest you can pull the captaincy from Nico, if you ever were to, is after he re-signs, that extension, because that's what Lou Lamoriello did. Remember Elias? He was captain for a little bit, but that was after he re-signed. And then he pulled it back because I think there's going to be, it's going to be, ill will. It's just going to make things look bad when he's trying to get, when he's up for an extension. You want to keep Nico Hischier. I just don't think I don't think he is that. I think he's alternate captain material, but in terms of captain, I think you need to have a more stronger presence. I'm not going to say voice, but stronger presence in that locker room where, are these guys being held accountable? Are these guys, you may disagree with me, Scotty, but, I think something's got to give and change at some point. I don't think it's now with Nico, but if you were ever if this continues for the till the end of his contract and you want to re-sign him, at some point, there needs to be another leader to lead this team.
No, I also really, at this point, I don't rule out any sort of. I mean, if your name, I know this is going to sound a little crazy, a little wild, but if your name is not Jack or Luke, I think,
Yeah.
he could be ahead. That's it. That's the case. That's the case. There were some other players I wouldn't say that with before, but this team is just, it's a lot of the same over and over and over again.
Didn't Elias lose the captaincy to Langenbrunner?
To Langenbrunner, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that was a lot with frig, what's his name? The coach that came in.
Brett Sutter?
Brett Sutter, yes.
Brent
It was
Sutter,
supposed to be our coach for the next decades, and then pew, belted out there in 2 or 3 years, whatever it was. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if that happens. I don't know if it does, but honestly, I never thought that that they would break up this, what they put together here. But if it's another crash and burn this season with injuries, I would not be surprised. A lot of people are going to be calling and asking about Nico. Obviously, he would have a very, very massive high trade value, So, would I want to personally? No, but putting that aside, as just looking at it with GM glasses, yeah, you could probably get a really good haul depending on what you want to do.
Yeah.
Nico Hischier is a player that if you put that name out there, every team is going to be listening. They're going to be
pick.
Yeah.
First overall.
Yeah. So
pick.
it's
but you only do this if you want to change the identity of the team. I mean, I'm not saying
exactly
doing this, but you're on the clock.
No.
Right now, everybody's on the clock right now. So
exactly. No. I'm saying that I'm looking at this with just pure GM glasses.
Yeah.
Taking all of my fanness out and my, all that sort of stuff. Yeah. Those names, and you look at it elsewhere too right now, Nico Hischier, that contract is pretty team friendly. So it is, it's something that the obvious moves are there, with your Pilots and your Hamiltons and stuff like that, but are they going to happen? I don't know, because these guys all have now. I think I'm sure Nico does too, and I don't think Tom Fitzgerald would just see. That's the thing when Nico, you're going to be able to get an amazing deal, with whomever. So that's a different. But these are things that maybe this team needs to start thinking about. Do I want to see it? No, I don't. I want Nico here for the long run.
I would love for him to be a lifetime Devil with that number 13.
I would love that. I have a couple of Nico jerseys. I don't usually buy jerseys of current players because, I'm always thank God I didn't get that Pete Alonso one that I was really, really going to go ahead and get. So, and maybe that is prep me, for what has happened with the Mets here, with their core getting shook up after these seasons together. Maybe. Do I want to see it? No. But would teams listen? In a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole reason why Quinn Hughes isn't a Devil right now. It's because Rutherford wanted Nico Hischier, and we're like, no, dude.
Yeah.
But if this team keeps going down, if every year these guys keep getting injured and so, I don't know, there's going to have to be a shakeup at some point.
At some point, but right now we're not there. We're getting close. To it.
No, but that's so you got to start thinking though.
Yeah. And, the other thing, too, is when Jack gets back, when Pesci gets back, I mean, there's going to be a playoff push to get into the playoffs, especially the second season is going to start after the Olympic break. And I think that's where, we're going to see where this team actually stands in real time. And if Fitzgerald is able to pull off a trade for Ryan O'Reilly and that winger, and this team still doesn't respond, then you really have to think about blowing it up and thinking for the future at that point.
I think so as well.
And what I mean by blowing up is a major, I would say not a rebuild, but a major retooling of the team.
Yeah. And if there is something with Nico, I don't think that would happen. It wouldn't happen during the season.
Yeah.
It would be like an off-season move. Like he is not going anywhere now. But if it gets really bad, by the end of the season, yeah, then I would say, but these are the things that maybe, just like I said, it's always good to think about. That's what we do here.
Yeah.
We talk about these things.
And just realize, and the people are listening in, like, we have relationships too. Like, I love Nico Heischer's dad. He's a nice guy. Like, I
love all of them.
Yeah. We're talking strictly business here,
Yeah, I did not. My Sam Woo and my hearts were broken this week by the New York Metropolitans. Just ripped out and crushed. Like I said, I love Pete Alonso. Like I really, really, I didn't want to see him go. I really didn't want to see him go.
Yeah.
I was shocked by Nimmo, really surprised by Diaz, and then I was like, all right, he's going to be out. I knew he was going to be out the door, but I really didn't want to see that whole court. Fatality, Mortal Kombat.
I know.
Like, hearts ripped out. So maybe that's prepped me a little bit for what's going on over.
Yeah, I think so. At some point, it's going to be
the
like
Mets do it again.
It's going to be like Stockholm syndrome, where I'm just going to love the abuse. I'm just going to enjoy it. Oh, I love Tom Fitzgerald. Yeah, we just did nothing. Yeah. Or,
maybe this is just the Mets fan in us talking right now.
Yeah. Joshua Harris and David Blitzer, they're just great owners. They just disappoint us every year.
Man.
I love complaining. Anyway.
But yes. No, but Nico, Jesper Bratt, that's another one. I don't want to just say Nico because it's not like we're trying to single. That's another one. If you put his name out there, every single team will be listening.
Mm-hmm.
Love Jesper. Really cool dude. His girl, I believe fiance now.
Yes.
When we met all the
Jersey girl again,
super sweetheart.
Yes,
sweetheart. Wanted to come on the podcast.
Yeah,
but whatever charity thing, I don't know, they got hustled out. That was actually when was one of the first times we were up there in the attic at American Whiskey.
Yeah, we were one of the first to show their new jackets for the playoffs as well.
Yeah, it was something. Yeah, it was something like that. They were doing some sort of charity event, and they were doing a bunch of social media shoots and things like that. But she was a sweetheart. Came up and wanted to be on the show.
Yeah. Yep.
Love Jesper Bratt, but thinking in that sense, I mean, these are your core players, a la the New York Metropolitans. So we'll see what happens. But this was a very disappointing loss, Sam Woo.
Yeah.
And we're probably rambling on way too much here because we're going to be back at it again later on this evening. And we'll be joined by the mighty Baron of Beer. One Beer Baron from New Jersey. Actually, he'll probably be like, I'm still shoveling snow, guys. I gotta shovel my deck.
Yeah. I gotta give Nikki the shovel so I can watch the kids. Poor Nikki.
I hold the flashlight over to where she needs to toss the snow from the shovel.
Yeah. I'm trying to fix the snowblower, but Nikki's trying to get the carburetor to work right now.
Oh, Lordy. Too funny. But yeah, just a really disappointing effort today at the Rock. Man, second period was good. First and third, not so much. Jacob Markstrom, strong play. Luke Hughes had a pretty good game. Hopefully he's okay with that thumb. What else can go wrong, you know?
Yeah.
Strong efforts from Crookshank and Perrant. Yeah. Paul Cotter had a couple good opportunities.
He did.
But nearly 20 missed shots. Come on, guys. Hit the net. Stop skating around the perimeter all the time. Is that like what the coaching plan is? Please don't tell me this is going to be one of those.
Well, let me tell you something. The guy that's supposed to be, because Palat was in front of the net, the guy that's supposed to be in front of the net is Timo Meier, and he wasn't there. I'm not making excuses.
Yeah, okay.
It's just the dynamics looked a little bit different. But Palat was just standing there. Again, you can't just stand in front of the crease. This is all, if you're screening the goalie, this is all the goalie has to do if you're not moving. Look the other way. Just look to the side. That's it. They don't have to move their position. They can just look to the side and know exactly what's going on. You have to keep it moving. You got to be buzzing.
Man, and it's so hard too because Palat is really trying too. He's not. It's just I don't know. It's just not there anymore. It seems like he just doesn't have that extra step that he used to have to be able to make these plays happen. I don't know if it's because of the ones around him, but even last year when he was playing with Jack and Jesper, he had some flashes, but nothing. But I know he's trying. He's not dogging it. He's giving it his all. But it's
yeah. It's frustrating.
Let's see Lenny and LaChance. Bring them up. What's going on?
But this is the NHL, Scotty. It's not about participation. There's trophies or, this is not effort honor roll here. You got to get results, especially if you're making $6 million a year with a salary cap system. Just being honest. You got to get results.
I know. So either way, we're just talking, spitballing ideas. That's all. That's what we're doing here. Like we say, this podcast is just supposed to be a couple of friends hanging out, chatting at a bar. So just having conversations, not saying that Nico or Jesper need to be traded this moment. We're just talking about if I was a GM right now. GM is going to have to look at things without feelings, without, all that sentiment, or else they'll never trade anybody.
Yeah. I can see it now and reading on Reddit. Those Let's Go Devils podcast guys keep on talking about getting Brady Tkachuk and trading Nico Hischier for a draft pick,
Well, this team has to, they need a shake-up.
Yeah.
And I don't know. We're not that far away from January, believe it or not. So,
yep.
Is that Fitzy's plan just to hold out? But, man, a couple of those guys in Nashville do look good. That would probably fit well on this team. And Nashville is a desirable place. Maybe they can get one or the other of Dougie Hamilton or Palat down there who just keep, killing all their value each game they play, basically.
Yep.
So, yeah. Let's get the hell out of here, Sam Woo, because we're gonna be back later. And you know what? I'm gonna go do some happy things. I'm gonna get the Mets out of me right now. Just get all that Mets out, and I'm gonna come back very positive tonight with the old Baron of Beer and Sam Woo for the Let's Go Devils podcast, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 on the West Coast. Make sure you give us a listen.
Yes, and dropping the podcast in about 20 minutes. See you at 9 p.m. Eastern. Till next time.